Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy, Jolly by Nature, and we are back bringing you another season of the Blast Burn Radio Community Draft League. I, of course, am the coach of your defending champion, Nap Town Ninjasks, and we are looking to kick this season off right and get our very first W, our first win of the season. Now, couple of points of note. Obviously, this is a new draft season. It's a whole new team. If you missed it, we actually did a draft breakdown a couple of days ago here on the channel, so you can go back and watch that to find out exactly what is on our roster, what we drafted, and why. This season's also really interesting, though, because we did it in, we formatted the league in an NFL format. Which means that we have 16 games. We are in a division with 3 other teams that we play twice this season. And we actually have 2 different conferences that drafted separately. Now, our first match on this season is an in-conference match, but it's not in division. And it is against Professor Snag, our good buddy who's a part of the Puckle podcast community, one of their hosts. He's also one of the players who plays Charlie Pine in Pokemon Rollout podcast, and he was the runner-upple in Upple Season 1, a draft league where I am also the defending champion. So I managed to come out on top of Snag in the championship match of Upple, actually both of the times that we played in Upple, so I am 2-0 in our historical matches, but I won that last one by the literal skin of my teeth. Snag is a very strong opponent, and we have entirely different teams this time around, and Snag's team, you guys, Snag's team is really, really scary. So real quick, let's go ahead and break down what Snag has access to, and I am rusty at this, so I do not have that list as handy as I should, because I am a bad. But Professor Snag and his Chan Medicham are rocking a roster consisting of Celesteela, Hydreigon, Cobalion, Ditto, Delphox, Piloswine, Mega Gallade, Tapu Fini, Zeraora, Roselia, and Shuckle. Do not fuckle with the Shuckle. There's a lot of threats on this roster. Snag got access to Celesteela again, which was the bane of my existence in Upple, and they are back together in this draft. Snag also has access to several Pokemon, Hydreigon, Mega Gallade, Zeraora, all of which I have personally used very effectively in the past, and I know exactly how dangerous they can be. He's got Tapu Fini, which obviously adds a lot of dimension to any given battle. That misty terrain is going to hamper any attempts to status anything on his team. And it's also going to nerf the damage of dragon attacks to grounded Pokemon, which nerfs some of the potential effectiveness and use of my own Garchomp, which is worth noting. Snag has Ditto on his squad, which is always a noteworthy threat. Scarf Imposter Ditto can come out on anything and outspeed it and hit it back real hard. So it makes it really hard to set up on a team that has Ditto. You got to know how you beat yourself, essentially, which is not great. And then Shuckle. Shuckle is something that we can absolutely not ever discount. It is a phenomenal support Pokemon, has absolutely monstrous defenses, has access to rocks, to sticky webs, can toxic with the best of them. You do not fuckle with that Shuckle. So there's a lot of threats on this team. Obviously, Zeraora is lightning fast. That being said, I don't feel like we have a particularly poor matchup. You can see the 6 that I think that Snag will bring here on the layout. Celesteela is just a monster. I don't think it is particularly good against me, but it's easily one of the best mon in draft format and certainly on Snag's team. And I don't see him sitting at week 1. He absolutely could. And if he does, then applause to him, because I really don't think Steela has a phenomenal matchup versus me. But I think it'll come. Tapu Fini, Zeraora, and Hydreigon, I think, are all absolutely no-brainers against me. They all have really good matchups in various places against my team. I have some different things that I can and hopefully will do to beat them, and we'll talk about those. But those are all top tier options in this matchup. The question is how they will come. I definitely think we're going to see a bulky defog leftovers Finny. Zeraora, I think, is going to come either mixed or straight special. HP Ice is going to be really, really important to deal with my Garchomp, and I think Zeraora is absolutely going to pack that. Hydreigon is an interesting case because I expect Hydreigon to be scarfed because of my Mega Pidgeot. Right now, Snag Zeraora is the only thing that naturally outspeeds Pidgeot, and I think that Scarf Hydreigon is a really good secondary option to get that speed advantage, but I have Sylveon on my team, and Snag is going to be very, very aware of that, and he's going to have to pack an option to try and break Sylveon with Hydreigon, otherwise it's just walled. And there's a number of ways he could do that. Flash Cannon doesn't really do it non-stab, hitting specially defensive against a special wall like Sylveon. I could see Z Flash Cannon. I could also see like a physical or mixed set with Z Iron Tail, or even Z Belch. But if he runs Z, then he gives up the speed game, and that's actually potentially very, very good for me. Piloswine, I think, is a given in this match. It's possible. It's a low tier mon. It's possible Snag does not bring it, but it's very, very good against me. You can see this, the 6 that I'm bringing, and I'll talk about their specific sets, but 5 of the 6 of them take super effective damage from Piloswine. So Piloswine is potentially in a great position in this matchup. We just have to handle it really well. In that 6 slot, I slotted Mega Gallade in because I do think Mega Gallade can potentially put in work. But against my specific team, it's going to struggle. Mega Pidgeot is faster and just blows it the fuck back every single time. Every time Mega Pidgeot wins that matchup, and Snag's going to be very, very aware of that. I mean, it's a great mon. It has coverage for everything, potentially. It can pack Earthquake, which takes care of, like, Jirachi and Blaziken. It can pack Ice Punch, which does a murder to Garchomp. And even Rotom Fan and Mega Pidge. But he has to be super aware that he loses to Mega Pidge without a sub. So if he does come, he's definitely going to want to bring Substitute. And he loses to Scarf Gengar without Shadow Sneak. And it just becomes a 4 move slot syndrome problem. And I do think that it's very possible that Mega Gallade does not come. If Mega Gallade does not come, I could see Delphox coming. Delphox, I think, actually has a really interesting and not terrible matchup against my team. I could also see Ditto coming. Ditto could always come. And so could Shuckle. I don't think Shuckle has the best matchup against me, especially considering that I have Feraligatr. I'm not bringing Feraligatr this week. Snag doesn't know that I'm not bringing Feraligatr this week. But Shuckle could come, and Shuckle is a genuine, like, supportive, defensive threat. So those are all things we have to be prepared for. But I think that those first 5, at least, the Celesteela, the Tapu Fini, the Zeraora, the Hydreigon, and the Piloswine, I think those are pretty well locked. If Snag opts not to bring any of them for another option, I think that's a net win for me, because I think those are his best 5 against my team. But let's talk about what we are bringing specifically to counter those mon and those strategies. So kicking our team off with Valkyrie, the Mega Pidgeot, and Valkyrie's in kind of an interesting place here, right? Where Valkyrie doesn't come in really well on a lot of things on this team, but once it gets in, it just absolutely punches a hole. Hurricane from Mega Pidgeot is monstrous. Again, it blows Mega Gallade back, and it does huge damage against pretty much everything. Obviously, we have to be conscious of and cognizant of the possibility of Scarf Hydreigon. We have to be aware of Piloswine and Zeraora, obviously. And those are all big problems for Mega Pidge, and are going to keep it from being as effective as it could be. But the threat of Mega Pidge is really, really important, and so it has to come. Hurricane and Heat Wave, again, are pretty standard on this mon. We're rocking U-Turn for pivoting potential, and I think that in a lot of ways, that's going to be where Mega Pidgeot really shines in this match, is coming in for free to threaten, and then U-turning on whatever comes in to counter it to get switch momentum. And then we're rocking Roost, which, especially if rocks get up and we can't clear them, could be really, really crucial for longevity for this mon. We do have to run it timid to make sure that we outspeed everything that we can, to make sure we outspeed Mega Gallade specifically, but with max special attack and a little bit of HP investment. We're bringing Jawsome the Garchomp, and guys, I am so hype about this set. This set is so fucking good. Jawsome the Garchomp is rocking a Careful Nature Assault Vest specially defensive set, and this set is so fucking fat. We are max HP, a little bit of speed investment, enough speed investment to outspeed Hydreigon if it is not scarfed, and it outspeed most Tapu Finis. Like, I think Timid Max Speed Fini probably still outspeeds me, but all other Tapu Finis do not, and he's not likely to run Timid Max Speed. We have a lot of special defense investment, and with the Assault Vest and with the Spadef investment, we can live 2 HP ice from modest max special attack Zeraora, which is bananas. The only way it 2-hit KOs me with HP Ice is if it's item boosted. So if it's holding like the Expert Belt or Choice Specs or Life Orb, then it's a 2-hit KO. But otherwise, I live 2 every time, which is really great because obviously you expect ice moves to blow Garchomp back. And so we could pretty easily, hopefully, bait Zeraora to stay in, click HP Ice, and go down to Earthquake, which is beautiful. This thing also does a ton of work against especially offensive Stella, and it beats Hydreigon. We have other answers for Hydreigon, so that's not like an ideal option, but if necessary, it eats a Draco and then kills with Outrage. So fantastic. We're bringing Jareth the Sylveon, and we're bringing a physically defensive set this week just because we don't know what Hydreigon is going to bring, and we want to make sure that we wall the widest variety of sets possible. Pretty standard Sylveon, Hyper Voice, Wish, Protect. We're rocking HP Fire over Heal Bell or Toxic or anything like that, specifically because Tapu Fini exists and is on the field. Obviously, with Misty Terrain being a factor, I'm not counting on Snag running a lot of status of his own. I'm not counting on him trying to Toxic Stall my team, although he certainly could, and that would be really good tech on his part. But so the need for aromatherapy is lessened, and likewise the need to Toxic things myself with the potential that Finny can just come out is lessened. But pretty standard Sylveon set. It's really, really fat, and it hurts a lot of things with Hyper Voice, which is just good. Good job, Sylveon. We love you. We're rocking Neutron, the Rotom Mo. Our boy Neutron is back in business, back at it again. We're rocking Timid Max Speed, specifically because Timid Max Speed Rotom Mo outspeeds every Finny. Every single Finny. So we can always click Volt Switch or Leaf Storm on Finny. We don't have to worry about it outspeeding and hitting with Ice Beam. Unless it is Scarf Finny, which is madness, we outspeed it, which is great. So we're rocking Timid Max Speed with a lot of physical defense investment and a little bit of special attack. That physical defense investment is important because it allows us to live an Icicle Crash from Adamant Max Attack Piloswine, eat the Aguave Berry, and after the Aguave Berry, we're out of range of Ice Shard, which means we cannot get essentially one-hit KO'd by Piloswine. Volt Switch, Leaf Storm, Defog, and Will-O-Wisp, pretty standard Rotom set. This is our dedicated lead because we lead with Rotom Mo, and if anything not named Tapu Fini leads, we click Will-O-Wisp because Fini does not want to switch in on Mo in case it's a Leaf Storm or a Volt Switch. So in theory, we should be able to burn something turn 1 as long as we don't miss, and as long as Snag does not bring some god tier prediction plays, which is great. Obviously, this thing is really, really good at taking care of Fini itself. Leaf Storm in general is actually a really, really good move against Snag's team and has a lot of wide use. So that's great. We have to be careful with Volt Switch because of the Zeraora's Volt Absorb, but as long as we make good predictions, we can use it to pivot effectively. We are bringing, actually, your name is Star Child, not Stardust. I apparently had a senior moment. We are bringing Star Child to Jirachi this week. We are bringing a modest offensive wall-breaking Jirachi set with Stealth Rocks. And this set is just kind of the glue on the team, just kind of giving us a couple of things that we really, really needed. For one thing, well, first of all, we have enough speed to outspeed a lot of the team, but not max speed because we don't really need it. The things that we don't outspeed, we weren't going to, so that's fine. We do give up the speed advantage to non-scarfed Hydreigon, just because Star Child's not really our answer to that particular Pokemon anyway, and it's likely to run Scarf. So we gave up that battle so that we could invest things elsewhere, and in particular so we could run Star Child modest. Stealth Rocks are really good in this matchup. They're not critical, but they give us the little edge of damage that we need in certain places, and we definitely want them. U-Turn obviously is great for pivoting. We really, really like that. Shadow Ball is here for Mega Gallade. This gives us like a tertiary option for Mega Gallade so that we're not swapping and giving it a chance to set up, which is really, really good. And obviously, again, with Serene Grace, that Shadow Ball has an increased chance to drop special defense, which is fun. And we're rocking Thunder. Thunder is going to put huge dents in both Celesteela and Tapu Fini and likely catch them by surprise. I don't expect Snag to you expect me to be running Expert Belt Thunder on Jirachi. It also has a 60% chance to paralyze with Serene Grace, which is beautiful. Last, but certainly not least, we have Sriracha the Blaziken, and I'm hoping that this is a mon that Snag has not prepped for, because it's not what you would consider like a conventional threat, but it's so threatening against Snag's team. This boy is Adamant, Max Attack, Flare Blitz, High Jump Kick, Earthquake, Agility, and Fightinium Z. And this thing, with the sole exception of Tapu Fini, it blows back Snag's entire team after an agility. It outspeeds the entire team, and it blows them back. Z High Jump Kick is here for Piloswine specifically. With Eviolite and Thick Fat, it's difficult to break, but Z High Jump Kick breaks even max defense, max HP. Bold Piloswine just blows it back. Flare Blitz and Earthquake are really, really good against everything that fighting does not hit. And so our goal here is going to be to soften up Snag's team, which we can do obviously in a number of different ways, specifically to get rid of that Finny, or at least weaken it down to very, very low health. Find a seam, get Sriracha out, and click Agility. That's not always as easy as it sounds, but I do expect that we're going to have some opportunities, especially if we can spread some burns with Neutron. So that's the team, guys. That's the strat. I'm going to go ahead and throw the break screen up, link up with our opponent, and we'll be right back with the match. So stay tuned, everybody. All right, guys, we are back with the battle, and we called it. We absolutely nailed it. We picked his 6. So hopefully we have a good grasp on how he's going to play as well. We're definitely going to do our best here. So we know our dedicated lead, and that is Neutron the Rotom. So if we're lucky, he's going to lead with either Piloswine or Zeraora, and we can just immediately burn that boy. Again, it's entirely possible that this is a true special Zeraora set, in which case burning it's not going to do a lot, but it's also very, very possible that it's mixed or even physical, in which case burning it is huge. So but yeah, if he leads with literally anything not named Tapu Fini, we click Will-O-Wisp. If he leads with Tapu Fini, then we click Leaf Storm. I suppose there's also an interesting question of if he leads with Gallade, because it's entirely possible at that point that he just clicks Substitute turn 1. Like we kind of expect that if Gallade was coming, it was coming sub. So if Gallade is the lead, I think maybe we Volt Switch and hope that it breaks his sub. I might have to calc. Hold on. Mega Gallade, standard offensive. Volt Switch would break this up. So yes. Okay, no, it is sweet. It is the Piloswine. Well, we know exactly what our play here is. We just really, really hope that the Wisp does not miss. We click Willow. Ideally, he just rocks here. He might get greedy and Icicle Crash, but even if he does, we know he does not kill, even if the Willow misses. So this is a really good opening matchup for us. It's also possible that he hard swaps, afraid of the Leaf Storm, because he knows we outspeed him. But at that point, like, what does he switch into an anticipated Leaf Storm, like Celesteela or Hydreigon? Even in both of those cases, like, getting a Willow off is neutral at worst. And we get the burn on Pylo. That's fantastic. Now we can just defog these rocks away. We don't care about them. Yeah, that Ice Shard does nothing after burn. And then now I think we just Leaf Storm, and we quite possibly blow him back. Nope, he lived. That's fine. But he's down to nothing and burned. And we just continue to defog. Like, he can't keep his rocks out. Okay, this is phenomenal. We've neutralized a huge threat in our opening salvos. Yeah, like he can continue to set rocks. Yeah, he's gonna keep them until something else comes out. Oh, but Pylo is gone, so that is great. question becomes what comes out. This might actually be time for Finny. Potentially. Because I'm -2. Especially if it's a setup Finny. He might try to use me as setup bait here. That being said, if we can survive literally one turn in defog, then yeah, there's no other rocker on his team. We guarantee that rocks stay off our side of the field, which is huge. If that's all Neutron accomplishes, then he's been well spent, frankly. If he is sub-Gallade, he could come out and sub, and that would be a genuine problem. Okay, Hydreigon comes out. If we assume standard Scarf Hydreigon, Fire Blast KOs. So if he's going Fire Blast here, he will outspeed KO and remove our ability to get rid of these rocks. I think we just go Sylveon. Like I think it's an obvious play, but it's our best play. And if he anticipates that, oh, he just U-turned. Okay, well, we could have got rid of the rocks. That's fine. What comes out on our Sylveon? Probably Steela. Yep, Steela comes out. It has to be really, really offensive to do a ton to Jareth here. I think we wish. Okay, he just Leech Seeds. So it is defensive Steela. I expected as much. One actual benefit to the fact that this is a mon that Snag used last season in Uppel is that I've seen Snag use it, and Snag almost always ran defensive Steela. So I was fairly certain that was what we were in for. If he's running offensive with Leech Seed, like, just to fuck with me, then fucking bravo at that point. Like, that's brilliant. Okay, so we have Neutron back up to full, which is phenomenal. I think we just take a turn to defog here. Like, even if this Steela is Flamethrower, that Flamethrower is not going to remove Neutron. At 100. There's no way. And as long as we get the defog off here, Neutron was well spent. If that's literally all Neutron accomplishes in this matchup, then Neutron did his job. It does worry me a little bit that this is special Steela, because that means that it could run Air Slash, which could be problematic for finding a setup opportunity for Sriracha. So we're going to have to, if we want to use Blast Burn to set up, we are going to have to carefully scout out the rest of its moveset. I would expect Protect, although I certainly can't guarantee it. Okay, we just Willow here. If this is a mixed or a physical Zeraora, then that's great. And even if it's special, we get some chip damage and we scout out the set. So we just Willow. We got rid of the rocks, so that's great. A knockoff here could actually be really, really good if he is running a mixed or physical set. Deny me my Guave Berry, which is going to be make it very difficult to keep Neutron around. And Neutron still has a lot of value getting rid of Finny if we can effectively keep him around. Like, that's still definitely preferable. Obviously, HP Ice is going to do a lot of damage, and I can virtually guarantee you that this Zeraora is running HP. But yeah, Will-O-Wisp this turn is a win. Literally, unless he hard swaps into Finny, and then he's sitting on Finny in front of Rotom Fan. Or Rotom Cut with Leaf Storm. Hell, for that matter, Zeraora is full, so I can click Volt Switch with pretty much impunity. Like, it can switch in for free, sure, but it's not gaining anything on that switch. Okay, so Celesteela comes back out. So we burn the Steela. That's fine. I think we just Volt Switch here. Like, why not? But we've neutralized, well, we've neutralized some of Steela's Leech Seed recovery, which is good. Oh, and we did big damage with that Volt Switch. Very nice. I think we go Star Child here. Because if it has Earthquake, that Earthquake is now neutered by the burn. So I think it's fairly safe for us to set up our rocks this turn. If Snag has a Defogger, it's either Hydreigon or Finny. And we kind of want to get Finny out in front of Star Child anyway, if we can. So he might Protect here for the recovery. And getting rocks up for free on Protect would be beautiful. Come on, Snag. Show me your secrets. What you got for me? Do you have anything to hit this Jirachi with? I mean, if it's Rockin' Flamethrower, now's the time to bust it out. Okay, we got our rocks. It is Earthquake, so the burn was actually really, really good here. Awesome. So if this is a standard Steela, we have a very small chance to Oko with Thunder, and I don't think that's a good enough chance for me to stay in and give it another turn of Leech Seed recovery if I don't have to. I think we just U-turn out here. How much... So... Okay, I think the play here is we anticipate the EQ, even the weakened EQ, and we go Valkyrie to immune it out. Yep, there we go. And then I think we U-turn. Yeah, we can't KO with Heat Wave, so we just U-turn here. And we see what he has to hit Valkyrie, if it's Flash Cannon or if he's got something else. This could potentially scout out his last move, or he could just Leech Seed again. But either way, I think this is a W for us. I really want to bring Sriracha in here, but Tapu Fini is still healthy in the back, which is less than ideal, and we don't know what this Celesteela's last move slot is, which is potentially problematic. Okay, so we got the U-turn off. I think we go back into Star Child. Okay, we eat the Flash Cannon. That's fine. Then I think we just Thunder here. He's not going to expect it, and it should KO Steela, as long as it hits. Yeah, there we go. There's Steela. It's gone. Oh, wrong button. That's the button we wanted. Okay, and there is the Zeraora. We can't surprise the Finny with Thunder anymore. I think we just stay in and U-turn here. If he takes Star Child, he can't get rid of our rocks. Like that's kind of a trade I'm willing to make at this point. I think that's valid. So we're just gonna U-turn this turn. Oh, it's bulk up. Oh my, so it is physical. Well, we are a physically defensive Mo, so we know what we do here. We just click Willow. Every time. We go right into Rotom and we click Will-O-Wisp. Okay, got rid of my Aguav, but yes, and the Willow lands. Okay, that is a trade that we will make literally all day. That is fantastic. Let's... Let's go ahead and go Joss him here. We switched in on an HP, presumably Ice, and only took like 30%. So that's beautiful. Okay, he's not going to stay in. Not after seeing how little that did. Is this a big dick boys make big dick plays kind of turn? No, I think we make the neutral play here. I think we poison jab. Oh no, he stayed in. What? All right. Well, that's fine. Then we're just gonna earthquake this turn. Like, he did a lot more damage to Jawsome than he should have. Like kudos, I suppose. I guess it is neutered. Oh, he was holding the Shuka Berry. Nice, great tech, phenomenal tech, Snag. Great bring. Well, that's gonna be enough then to bring down Jawsome. Bananas is gonna go down 2 from the burn. But that's fine because Jawsome was here to beat the Zeraora, and the Zeraora went down. So, like, mission accomplished there. It did other things, but what we needed it to do was beat Zeraora, and it did. Which means that now we can click Volt Switch on Neutron, like, pretty freely, which is really good. I think that our best mid-ground play with what he has left is definitely Jareth. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and wish this turn. And I think we just Hyper Voice. Get some damage. Okay, he does defog. So well played there. Let's go ahead and wish again. Now the question is, do we bring back in Star Child to take the healing, or do we bring back in Neutron? I think Neutron is definitely more likely to live the hit, given that it's going for Scald. So let's say standard defog Finny. Jirachi should live this hit, unless it is significantly more offensive than your standard like OU Finny. Starchild should have sufficient health to live this hit and take the big heal. So we're gonna go for it. We don't lose a ton if we go down here. Nope, we go down. Okay, well that means that we get. Well, first of all, it means that poor Starchild is sleeping with the fishes. Rip in peace, Starchild. But that means we get something in for free. And I think that the obvious answer here is Valkyrie. We just come out and click Hurricane, and something is taking a big-ass hit. I don't see any downside here, so we're just going to click Hurricane. And this is going to obviously put us in like a closer situation for Sriracha to be able to come out and clean up. Although, honestly, I don't know if that's going to be able to happen with what he's got left. I don't know if we're going to get a setup opportunity for Sriracha. But we do monstrous damage to the Tapu Fini, and now it's either going down this turn or something else is taking big damage from Valkyrie, which is kind of a win-win. Actually, I think... No, there's no point in roosting. Roosting just gives him the opportunity to crit me. So yeah, we just Hurricane here, and we remove the Finny. So there we go. So all we have left to deal with is the Hydreigon and the Mega Gallade, which are both absolutely top-tier threats. Definitely not anything that we can sleep on. We know that the Hydreigon is rocking U-turn. That's all we've seen from it so far. So if it is Scarfed, its Draco is absolutely going to kill Valkyrie. Dark Pulse might, but nothing else is. So he's definitely going to click Draco or Dark Pulse if he has them, if he's trying to polish off this Mon. And he should, because his best win con remaining is 1,000,000% that Gallade. And that Gallade wants nothing to do with Mega Pidgeot living. So I think we just hardened to Jareth here. I don't think he can afford to predict it. And even if he hards into Gallade, trying to catch us napping, we threaten. So that's fantastic. Okay, well, he used HP and did nothing. So either he's locked into it, in which case he almost has to switch, or sacrifice the Hydreigon, or he's not, and we see that we outspeed him. And either of those is kind of their own victory. I think we just Hyper Voice here. Yeah, I think we just Hyper Voice. We make the offensive play. Okay, so Hydreigon's done. Like, that's super gonzo. And that leaves us with absolutely nothing but the Gallade. Now, this Gallade could absolutely be running Poison Jab for Jareth, but it can't run... Again, it can't run coverage for everything. So I think we just Hyper Voice here. If he takes down Jareth, then we go into Valkyrie, and we should win the game at that point. Yeah, he's going to Swords Dance. We're going to Hyper Voice. Get him down to almost nothing. And he might KO us here, but we just go Valkyrie and win at that point. Yep. So down goes Jareth. We bring out Valkyrie. He can't Shadow Sneak us, and we are going to mop up the win. So great game, Snag. You brought some really cool sets, dude. I definitely was not expecting Bulk Up, Shookaberry, Zeraora. That was some fire. But thankfully we brought in like a really solid strat, and we were able to execute on it and pull out a 3-0 against a very, very skilled opponent. Yeah, it's a great match. Great way to start the season. You know we love to see it. But that's our week 1 match, guys. We start the season 1-0, and we get ready for our next matchup, our week 2 match, which for us in week 2, we are going to be taking on youngster Timmy and the Death Valley Heatrans. I've never played against Timmy, but he was the assistant coach of our good buddy Poker Ranger Pat in season 1. It's his little brother, and Pat definitely brought the heat, so we know we definitely cannot sleep on Timmy, so get hyped for that. As always, if you enjoy our draft content here on the channel, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, all of that good nonsense, and we'll be back here next week bringing you another battle. But that's going to be it for tonight, guys. As always, I have been Jolly by Nature. Thank you for watching. See y'all next time.